Assalamu alaikum guys, I'm ARK, and in this video we'll be talking about decision making. So as we all know, decision making is a really crucial part of our lives. We make certain decisions based on some conditions, like if we are hungry we decide to eat food, if we are sleepy we decide to sleep. So in order to make computers efficient, we will try to learn how to make computers make their own decisions using this video. We can make computers decide on their own based on a certain condition by using if-else statements. So these are the statements: an if statement, if-else statement, if-else statement, and nested if-else. By using these statements, we can write a program using which our computer can decide something based on a condition. That means if a particular condition meets, if a particular condition is true, then computer can perform a specific task, or if it is not true, then program can just terminate. As simple as that. So let's see our if statement. So if statement have a really simple flow. So we have a condition in if statement. If the condition is true, then we execute certain code block, certain set of statements which is written right below the if condition, and if it is not true, then the program terminates itself. So let's see it in practice. Let's create a variable first. So we'll see if var is greater than 10, and we will write colon. We have already seen the syntax of if else in our previous videos, but in today's video we will discuss it in deep. So if var is greater than 10, we will tell Python to print something, and we won't write any else block because we are discussing simple if statement. Let's run the program. Okay, so we got greater printed over here, and if I write 101 over here, which is greater than 100, that means 100 is lesser than 101. So let's run it again. So you can see we get nothing printed over here. We simply terminate out of the code because the condition is not met. This particular thing is a condition. We can specify a condition to an if block in order to execute these statements which are indented after if. So indentation is really important in if statements. You need to be inside this v or inside this if block in order to stay into this if block. That means you can't just write any statement here. It won't count inside this if block. It won't count as a part of this if statement. You need to be inside this if in order to be a part of this if statement. I hope that is clear. You can't just start writing from here. This will be considered as outside the if block, and this will be considered as inside the if block. We have just seen our short, sweet and simple Python program decide based on a single condition. Now we will try to give two conditions. That is, if we will give if a condition, and if that condition is false, then we will tell it to execute an else block. Let's see it in practice. It also has a really simple flow. We have two conditions. We will tell the program that check a condition. If that is true, execute a certain code block, and if it is not true, then execute the second code block which is wrote under else block. We will say it. So we will say var equals to 10, and in the previous thing we were checking that if var is greater than this thing. If it is greater, then it will print greater, otherwise it was terminating the program. Now we will also add an else block to it. Let's just copy this if statement first. So we are doing the same thing basically, that we are checking if var is greater than this particular number. Let's just make it 100 again. And we are adding an else block to it. It means if the condition is false, then we need to execute this statement, the below one. We don't need to specify any condition on else block, because if this is false, then by default this else block will be executed. There is no need of checking any condition. Get rid of this. So we will print lesser. Let's run the code. So as you can see over here, lesser is printed over here. So let's make var as 100, that is equal to, we'll see that 100 is not lesser than 100, but it is neither greater than 100, that means it is equals to 100, but still lesser will be printed because this condition is false. However, that means 100 is not greater than 100, that means else condition will be by default printed, so lesser is printed. Now let us make var as 1000, that means it is greater than 100 and 101. So greater will be printed 2 times. The first will be this and the second will be this. I hope it is clear, and indentation is really important. Again, we need to stay inside these in order to count in that if and else blocks. So the next variation of this decision making abilities we are giving to computer is if else statement. So we will again use var. So now we will just copy this as it is, and between if and else we will just add an elif block, and we will specify a condition var is equals to 100. So if this is true, we will print equal. So what this basically means is equal sorry. In order to check equality, we need to add double equals, that is equality checking operator, whatever. So what this statement does is, it will first check this condition, that is if condition. If var is greater than 100, it will print greater, otherwise it will come to this condition, that is elif condition. If var is equals to 100, it will print equal, and if both the conditions are false, by default else block will be printed. We can add as many elif blocks as we want. So this is the basic flow. If the if condition is false, it will go on checking elif conditions. If all are false, then by default else will be printed. I hope the image will be visible to you so that you can better understand. So let us run the code. Greater is printed, let's make it 100 again, and let's see if elif block is working. So as you can see, equal is printed, that means elif block is working. And again, indentation is important. I hope if elif else was clear. We are just seeing the control flows of these. We are not actually practicing these. We will practice it. We will solve problems on if else in our next video. We will do it. This is just an introduction of control flows of these statements. Finally, the last part of our video is nested if else. This is a bit complicated. Actually, it's simple, but we need to understand that we are checking more than one conditions here. So for example, if we want to go outside, we don't always wear a raincoat. If you want to go outside and if it is raining, then only we will wear a raincoat. So that means we are checking for two conditions. If we want to go outside is one condition, and if we want to go outside, we are checking another condition, if it is raining or not. If it is raining, we are wearing a raincoat, otherwise we are just going out. So similarly, in Python, if you want to check more than one conditions, we will use nested if else. So let's see how it is done. Let us just copy this again and paste it here, and we are just checking that if var is greater than 100 and if var is less than 500, we'll say less than 500. We'll print here greater than 100, and else we will just print lesser, and here we will just write so basically the flow is the first the outer condition will be checked. That means if var is greater than 100 or not, and if it is greater than 100 will be printed, and then this if statement will be checked. That means the nested if one the nested if. So the condition we have here is if var is less than 500, then less than 500 will be printed, and if it is not less than 500, that means if it is greater than 500 will be printed. And if this condition is false, that means if if var is less than 100, then else statement will be printed, the outer else, that is lesser than 100, whatever. So I hope the flow was clear. We are checking more than one conditions. If the first condition is true, we are going for the second condition, that is inner condition. This whole block will essentially be treated as the code block of if condition. That means if the first condition is true, then this inner code block is being executed. There is nothing to confuse in it. I hope the picture will clear things up for you. Let's run the code. What is the value of var? It is 100. Let's make it 570. Run it. So as you can see, it is giving greater than 500, and let us now make the value as 400. Second, as you can see, it is giving greater than 100 but lesser than 500, and let's just give 40. All these conditions will be ignored. We'll just print lesser than 100 as this condition was false. I hope nested if else was also clear. And again we are just checking the control flow of these statements, just understanding the control flow of these statements. We are not actually doing examples. We will do examples in our next video. And again, the indentation is really important. This block is treated as the statements for this if condition, and this particular block which is indented after this if is treated as conditions for this particular condition, the code block for this particular condition, and same for this. Indentation is really important in Python, as Python doesn't support any semicolon or Python doesn't have any angle brackets. Indentation is really important. Sorry, not angle brackets, flower brackets. So that is it for the video, guys. I hope whatever we explained here is clear to you all. If you have any doubt, feel free to ask in comment section, and we will do examples examples in the next video. Stay tuned for that. I'll see you in the next one.